English teams in Europe. There was a time from between 2005 to 2011 where we dominated Europe. Liverpool won it 2005. Obviously, Chelsea reached the semi-final, losing to the ghost goal.
Remember Arsenal got there in 2006.
I'm gonna get there, Remo. Allow me. You know, I'm not all against Arsenal. You know, this is not that anti-Arsenal brigade. But 2006, Arsenal reached the final. Could have won it nearly. You know, close offside decisions here. 2007, Liverpool reached the final. Man United reached the semi-final. 2008, Man United Chelsea final. Man United won it. 2009, Man United reached the final again. Chelsea reached the semis, and Arsenal reached the semis as well. 2010, Man United reached the quarters. Don't think any other English team reached further in the quarters. 2011, Man United reached the final again. That was a time when we could confidently say English teams and the Premier League is the best league in Europe. What the hell has happened since?
Well, I mean, yeah, there's been a certain change, and I think it's difficult to pinpoint what it is exactly. You know, is it the managers, is it the players? I think the Premier League, if you look at it as a whole, we've lost some big players over the years, and I think that's definitely, you know, played a big part. We are getting some great players coming over, but the world-class players are just edging out now. They're going elsewhere, they're seen elsewhere, and I think, you know, once that started happening, we started to drop our standards. So I think that's playing a big part.
I think that's fair enough. You know, so we can't necessarily then expect to beat the likes of Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Real Madrid if they're taking our best players. You know, Ronaldo went, Bale went, Suarez went, etc., etc. But you can't excuse losing to PSV, for example. Man United bought their best player in Memphis and then lose to PSV. Man City, fair enough, it was Juventus, but Juventus ain't had a good start this season. Sold a few of their players. Man City at home. All that money they spent, De Bruyne, Silva, Aguero, etc., can't beat Juventus. Chelsea losing to Porto, and Arsenal losing to Olympiacos. Can we talk about world-class players maybe leaving? But they bought some world-class players as well. Ozil, Sanchez, these are winners, and they can't beat Olympiacos. So I think, as much as, yeah, we might be able to challenge the best of Europe, it's inexcusable what is happening at these clubs. Arsenal are nearly out of the Champions League. You're going to beat Bayern Munich. How? You can't defend that. For me, there's no excuse when it comes to that.
Absolutely, and I think from an Arsenal perspective, I am frustrated because year after year it's got worse and worse and worse. You know, quarterfinals where everyone's saying, "Oh, you can only make quarterfinals." Then it was, "Oh, last 16, you can only make last 16." Now they're saying, you lot might not even make the group. Europa League, playing with Tottenham and that. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear that Arsenal have been terrible, and I think it's not just Arsenal, it's Chelsea. Like you said, Chelsea are not playing at the standard. Man United are losing. Man City loses. It's all of us. We're not hitting that standard. Obviously, Arsenal have lost two big games because we now have to go to Bayern Munich and beat them, and then also, well, depends on what happens after that. We might even be out by the next game. So, yeah, it's an upward task, and I think the only way English teams can get up to that standard is if they keep bringing these players back. I know you're saying mentioning Ozil and Sanchez and that, but for me, they're not world class, and I think
what effect? Obviously, if the fact is, if we have as bad a season this year as we did last year, and Italian clubs equally have as good a season as they did last year, this year, we're going to lose a coefficient place. And there's going to be 3 teams in Europe, in England, who can qualify for Europe. That is going to be one dogfight. And we know Arsenal like their little 4th place, cemented. You know, obviously last year you got a bit in the nosebleed up in 3rd. But what does that mean for the Premier League if we lose that 4th place? Arsenal, is that Wenger gone because he can't meet that standard of Champions League qualification?
No, it's not. It means that you got to fight harder, and I think we've now proven that we are now a top 3 team in the Premier League. So, you know, we've got to that level. I think Man United are the ones that have to probably worry now because they're the ones that are,
top of the league.
Yeah, but, you know, 7th one year, 4th the next year. You know, the question marks, you're going to make it this year. And we've been top of the league once in our time as well. We ended up falling to 4th. You know, it happens. So, you know, I think it's an upward battle for all the Premier League titles. You know, you've got Chelsea, they're sitting in the bottom half of the league at the moment. So they've got an upward hill battle to now say, okay, we all have to not just fight to win the league, but the ones below it have got to fight. Then you look at clubs like Tottenham, are they ever going to make it to Champions League again? Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, if we lose that 4th place, I think Liverpool and Tottenham can say goodbye unless they win the Europa League. So Liverpool, Tottenham fans, play your best club, play your best team in Europe and win it if you want to get back in the Champions League. Help us keep that 4th place. We got a lot of work to do. Let us know what you think. What is the reason for English clubs' demise in Europe over the last few years? We've told you what We believe. Let us know what you think.